He lied to me, cost me thousands, and walked away without an ounce of guilt. But I didn't yell, I didn't sue, and I didn't forget. Instead, I played the long game, and for 6 years straight, on the same day every year, I sent him a gift. So subtle, so sinister, that it eventually shattered his marriage, his career, and his entire life. If you've ever been underestimated, or if you've ever dreamed of sweet, patient revenge, you're going to love this story. Make sure to hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments what you would have done. Because today, justice isn't just served, about justice served with flowers. 7 years ago, I finally reached a milestone I had been working toward for over a decade. 10 years of saving, budgeting, sacrificing luxuries, and working extra shifts had finally paid off. I was able to buy my own home, not a rental, not a temporary arrangement, a place that was truly mine. It was supposed to be one of the happiest moments of my life. I wasn't wealthy. I wasn't partnered up with someone to share the costs. It was just me, one person with a mortgage, trying to carve out a little corner of the world to call home. And because it was just me, I had to make compromises. A bigger house was out of the question. A detached block of land in the dream neighborhood, way too expensive. So I searched patiently. I knew one thing for sure. I didn't want to be tied down by a strata title. For those who don't know, strata titles mean shared ownership of certain aspects of the property, like communal areas, walkways, insurance, repairs. Sounds convenient to some, but for me, a nightmare. I'm private, introverted, and I didn't want neighbors telling me what plants I could grow or what color I could paint my fence. So when I found a small property on a shared block but advertised as freehold, meaning I owned it outright, no committees, no constant meddling, I jumped at the opportunity. The real estate agent selling it was local, someone with loose social ties to my circle of friends.
And let me tell you, few things make my blood boil more than seeing someone prey on another person's vulnerability.
Or so I thought. About 5 months after I moved in, I got a knock at the door. It was my neighbor's landlord asking to discuss
He thought hiding behind a screen that there would be no consequences.
I asked for a copy of the insurance policy so I'd have it for my records. When it came through, my heart sank. It wasn't a freehold insurance policy. It was strata. Exactly what I had worked so hard to avoid. Exactly what I had been promised I wasn't buying into. Confused, I called my lawyer. He was dumbfounded. He'd seen the same documents I had, the ads, the emails from the real estate agent. Everything pointed to freehold, but in black and white, when the actual title paperwork, it was strata. No way around it. My stomach churned. I felt cheated, deceived, humiliated. This was supposed to be my sanctuary, and instead I'd been trapped into the one thing I swore I'd never accept. Armed with proof, printouts of ads, emails where the agent himself called it freehold. I arranged a meeting with him. I laid everything out on the table, calmly, professionally, and do you know what he did? He denied everything. He refused to accept fault. He wouldn't even offer a token gesture to make it right. Not a refund, not covering legal costs, not even an apology. He looked me in the eye, saw the years of work and savings I had poured into this dream, and shrugged it off as if I didn't matter. The betrayal was sharp. We eventually went to mediation. All I asked, the one single thing I requested, was that when the time came for me to sell, his office would handle the sale for free. That's it. Small gesture.
It gave me his location,
fair,
his home address,
reasonable,
his country's jurisdiction.
He refused.
And then I remembered something Emily showed me.
Instead, he offered me $1,000 to go away.
In them, he bragged about
$1,000 for 10 years of my life.
How he'd hooked up with
my shattered dream, for the stress he had dumped on
Emily
me.
Into his office for sex.
I refused.
I grinned.
The mediator told me I could.
He was a liability
I had a
to his
case,
company.
but at the time, my health was
photo,
fragile, and the thought of a long, draining legal battle felt impossible. So I walked away, but I didn't forget. Some people explode in anger, some scream or break things, or fire off threats. That's not me. I'm patient. I don't need to win today. I don't need to win tomorrow. I just need to win eventually. And I had an idea. I did a little digging. His Facebook wasn't private. I scrolled through photos, saw a recent Boys on Tour trip he'd taken overseas, maybe 5 or 6 months after I bought the property. I also found his home address through a business registration search, and that's when the seeds of revenge started to sprout. On the 1-year anniversary of the house purchase, the day everything changed for me, I sent him flowers, a beautiful bouquet with a handwritten note. Dear real estate agent, remembering you on this, our special day. She has your eyes.
His username linked to his real identity.
Cryptic,
pictures of him in his company
suspicious,
uniform,
the kind
evidence
of note that could keep a man awake at night.
Workplace.
And I didn't
his motorcycle
stop.
License plate confirming his address.
Year 2,
just a twist
another bouquet. different flowers, slightly different note. Year 3, same day, another delivery. Year 4, 5, 6, without fail, the ritual continued. Always signed, Love,
I would also
L.
be forwarding all of this
Sometimes
to local
I added
law
a
enforcement in his
postcard
country.
sent from that same
And
country
since
he had
Chris had
gone to
mentioned
on his
traveling
boys'
to the
trip.
United
Sometimes
States
it was
soon,
just a letter with that
I told them
same
I'd be
unsettling
contacting the
signature
FBI as
every
well.
year, like
And here's the
clockwork, a
kicker, one of
phantom
the
lover,
assistant
a
US
shadow from
attorneys
his
in my
past,
region,
a ghost that
an old
wouldn't
law school
leave
buddy of
him
mine.
alone. And I knew,
Which meant if
sooner or
Chris ever
later,
set
the
foot
seeds
on
I had
US
planted
soil,
would bloom.
Federal agents would be waiting.
3 weeks ago, I
signed it off
finally
with
heard
one
the
last
news.
note.
Through friends
If you
of
continue
friends,
his
I learned
employment
that
and
he had
send him to
gotten
the US,
divorced. His wife had left
and harboring
him.
a
He
criminal,
lost his home.
said it took less than a minute
His career
for
as
the
a
email to
real estate
vanish into
agent?
cyberspace. But I knew
Gone.
the impact would
The
last
reason
forever.
his wife
The next
discovered he
day,
had cheated on her.
contacted his local
Apparently, for
authorities with
years,
all
he
the
had
same
been
evidence.
receiving these
His
mysterious
license
gifts.
plate,
The
his
flowers,
address,
the notes,
his
the
threats.
postcards. Same
Chris thought he
day,
could hide.
every year. And eventually, she
anonymity
put the
only works
pieces
if you know how to
together.
cover
The
your
anniversary
tracks.
lined up perfectly with the time
And
he
in
had
just 45
supposedly
minutes
been
of digging,
faithful, but had
they had
actually
dismantled
returned from a
every
trip with an
wall he thought
STD he
protected
gave her.
His? Joe,
He had managed to
hanging
talk
by a
his way
thread.
out of it at the time.
His
Convinced her
reputation
it wasn't him.
shattered.
She believed
His freedom.
him. Until
Now
my little
bargaining chip
reminder
between
started
police and the
arriving.
FBI.
Until the dates.
I can only imagine
matched
the
up
look
in her
on his
mind.
face when his
Until
boss
she
called
confronted
him into
him
the
and he
office.
admitted the truth.
When his
He lost
parents
his
or
marriage,
friends learned why
his
the cops
home, half his
were knocking
retirement
on his door,
savings, his
and he
reputation,
realized
his business.
the game
All
was
because I
over.
sent flowers.
Chris
Do I feel
wanted power,
guilty?
wanted
Sometimes.
control.
I never set out to
He
ruin
thought
his
fear
entire
would keep
life.
Emily
I
silent.
just wanted him to feel
Instead,
a fraction of the
it
frustration
became his
and
undoing.
betrayal he had forced on me.
And Emily?
But then I remembered
She's
this
safe,
wasn't a good man.
relieved,
He cheated
and
on his
finally
wife,
sleeping
lied
again without
about it,
nightmares of her
spread an
private pictures being
STD.
exposed.
And
As
when
for me,
confronted with
I
undeniable
don't regret
proof
a
of his
single
dishonesty in business, he
Because
doubled down and tried to
sometimes
brush me off like I was
justice
nothing.
isn't about waiting
Karma
for
doesn't
karma.
always come quickly. Sometimes
Sometimes
it
you
takes
have to be the
years,
karma.
but when it does,
This story
it hits like
isn't
a
just
freight
about
train.
revenge.
And
It's about
sometimes
accountability.
it just needs a little push.
It's about
so there it
reminding
is,
predators
my
that
slow,
behind every
patient
screen
revenge.
is a real
No
human
screaming
being,
matches,
and
no
actions have
lawsuits,
consequences.
no dramatic confrontations,
Sometimes
just 6
devastating
years
ones.
of quiet
So what do you think?
persistence,
Is this the
handwritten
perfect
notes,
takedown,
and perfectly
or would you
timed
have handled it
reminders.
differently?
And in the end, he destroyed
Your thoughts in the
himself.
comments? I
Revenge
read
doesn't
every
always
single
have
one.
to be loud.
Sure to like
Sometimes the
this
most
video,
devastating
subscribe for
justice
more
comes in
stories of
whispers,
justice
in
served,
patience,
and share
in
it with
time.
someone who needs to
And
know that no
sometimes
bully is
karma
ever
just
truly
needs a
untouchable.
flower delivered.